step 4. Everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Everybody, good morning. How are you? Welcome to another Hijinks in the morning. We did it again. As Enzo says, we made it. We survived another week. And let me tell you, it's flying by. Okay. That is a weird time thing in itself because I can't believe we're already into the mid-May. So, but so happy you all could be here. And we're going to talk some good stuff. But of course, we have to bring in my buddy. Good morning, Enzo.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody out there. How are we doing today?
It's slowly rising. I think everybody's starting to say, oh, okay, I'll put it on.
Yeah, it's like
a little bit of slow start.
A little more time.
A slow start this morning for sure. But yeah, I'm glad to see my faithfuls are here. You guys,
I know, really good turnout for the show. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Miss Dill was first. She was here. And then Jen came in. It's like a race to see who's first. I am. One day I'm gonna surprise you all. The first person in is gonna get a little treat from me.
Ooh.
So, yeah. I gotta have some kind of incentives, right?
No, Nikki, she's gonna put you to work. Here, pass this out. Do this.
Yeah. Okay, I lost the chat. I don't know why. Okay, boom, there it is. That's not me. That's StreamYard. So let's see. So we, like I said, we had Miss Still and Jen in, and they were fighting for first place. And Sandra Piper, of course, Miss Sandra's in the house. And did you lose your electricity, Sandra? It seemed like everybody in Florida was losing their electricity. I don't know what was going on over there. I'm not really paying attention. I don't know. Was it storms or why is everybody's electricity out? Somebody let me know because I have not been watching the news. It's so depressing. I have not been watching. Enzo, you're in the chat too. So Grasshopper, glad to see you awake. That's early for you. What is it, 8 or 7 or 8 over there? Donald Fuller, hey, you made it. Fake it till you make it. Yep, I like that one too.
That's a good song.
I love my song. I love my morning song. Anyway, who else? I think that's it. Oh, Lynn popped in down there at the bottom. Donald is asking the big question. He is asking if the borders have locked down. And the borders are always locked down. What are you talking about?
It's most secure.
Never been open to. They're always locked down. You've never been able to just walk around freely. So that, you've always been doing that. We have people who how do I say this? There's actually a way to do fast pass to get across the border for people who live in Mexico and work here in El Paso. Okay, you buy a little sticker, they verify who you are, it goes in your car, and they can just zoom back and forth. That is fast. Okay, that did get a little bit shut down during COVID. Okay, but it opened up right away because we have a massive amount of people who cross the border to work here but live over there, because you can take what you make here and you can have a mansion over there. So there's a lot of people who do that. And so there is that. And I think a lot of people don't understand is that it's not like one border, one entry point here in El Paso. We have 4. Okay. So there's one on the far east side, 2 in the middle, another one. And then we have Santa Teresa, which is the one closest to me, which is about 7 miles down the road. They're all full of people. Okay. They've got thousands of people out there. And on this side, in the US side, they do have, I don't know if it's still, but probably the convention center they made into like a immigration center. So it's completely packed and they load them in buses. There's like this process. They have a bunch of tents out there and they have to go and do their like registration and stuff like that. And then they allow them to come in, they load them in the buses and they take them to the centers where they're processed in. Okay. It's a huge process. There's a big processing station on post, but a lot of that was filled with refugees from Afghanistan. Was it Afghanistan? Where? Iraq? I don't know. Somewhere they brought a bunch of refugees in from there. So that was already full. Wow. So El Paso's at its limits because it was already at its limits. And I don't know. Then they say they have buses that are just going to take them to these sanctuary cities. And now even the sanctuary cities are saying, we don't want them. Don't bring them here. And because nobody's getting enough aid to, help eat and shelter and everything like that. For me, it seems like the problem is Mexico is not bringing these people into their country properly. They're just saying, hey, we're just the middle people. We're just letting them pass through.
Yeah, go over there. Yeah.
And that's not the way it should be. They should be as concerned as we are about, letting them in. And once again, they're not all Mexicans, okay, people? They're Venezuelan, they're Canadian, they're Chinese, they're all different nationalities. It's become to where the Mexicans is a smaller amount of immigrants than other nations, because they think they're going to just walk in, that their biggest chance of getting into our great nation is to, and yes, I said great nation, because why do they want to be here? Because theirs is way shittier than ours. Okay. So I think people who don't travel the world or have seen other places don't realize how great we've got it. And I'm going to go live over there, or I'm going to go live in Mexico. And as an American living in Mexico and you have funds, you have money, you'll be fine. But the average people in those countries that they're escaping from don't have anything. They barely have enough food. And you have to remember that those countries are run by not so great people. Like the cartel. Hello? They still put heads up on the bridges out there. Okay? You guys don't hear all those stories. We do, because we live here. And we know a lot of people who have families who live there. So we still hear about headless bodies being found. Okay? But all you hear is, oh, go to Mazatlan and have a great vacation, fly into Rocky Point or all those tourist destinations, But the rest of Mexico is very corrupt. So you gotta be careful. And
because watching the news, they make it sound like it's when they open the doors for Black Friday kind of an event where it's just going to be wave after wave after wave of people.
No, it's not like that. It's really they've been trying to filter them in. Okay, it hasn't ever stopped. They come in, they have to, it's like register after registry. After they register that they're there, then they get pulled into another tent to register who they are and see if they have any documentation. And if they don't, because they're not going through the system, that's the whole issue. We don't care if they come here, it's that they come here properly, with the right documentation.
And that's like fine. The primary thing about all of it is you can come in, but we need to know who you are, what your plan is. We need to know all this information first. Yeah. Sneaking in across the Rio
when
Grande.
It's mass amounts like it is right now, some, how do I say? Okay, some who are coming already have family here. They already know what they're going, where they're going, what they're doing. Especially the Mexican immigrants. They know where they're going. Okay, I got family up in Toledo, I need to get up there, or they have family right here in El Paso. So they're not the ones I'm really concerned about. It's the mass that don't know what they're doing or going, and if they just get dropped off, wandering around type of thing, because that's a little unnerving to know that that can happen. But for the most part, they're bussing them out. They're trying to bust them out to whoever will take them. And they don't want to stay here. Generally, a lot of them have bigger plans of going to the bigger cities where they can find work. So, or places that will hire them without green cards. That's a whole nother issue. This is a bunch of things, that are entitled in this. But I'm okay. El Paso's still okay. It's not really affecting our day-to-day lives at this point, because we've dealt with this for a very long time. But the Border Patrol is overrun. So that's what's taking it so long. We don't have the facilities to house anybody. And it's happening is that it's taking away resources from stopping the drugs from coming in. That's the big part that's really bad, because this is one of the main hubs to bringing in fentanyl, right now is here in El Paso. So that's what it's taking away from. It's taking resources away from the stuff we do need, the bad things that are happening. But we need reform. Something needs to happen with immigration. It's just a fact. Things need to be done more efficiently, and people need to not be scared or have to spend $10,000 to get an appointment to get their paperwork. That's ridiculous. So there's a lot of wrong things. But anyway, I'm safe. El Paso's safe. It's scary and it's happening, and there's nothing we can do about it. Their situation's much worse from where they're coming from. So it'll be okay.
Even in those worst case type scenarios where someone's sneaking in the dead of night and stuff like that, they usually don't linger where they cross over at, right? They try and get
they generally disperse. Yeah, they generally disperse. I forgot to change my background this morning. But so there's your quickie. What does my sister say? They register them in one tent. I have a feeling that we will find someday what they are really doing to these people. Well, it's not, I say one tent. It's like 10 tents for registration, 10 tents for this 10. It's a whole there's tons of them out there. When you drive by downtown, one side is Mexico and one side's El Paso, and you can see into the Mexican side. And they have like things set up, in certain areas. You can see what they have set up, and it's not enough. It's not enough because there's just people lined up sitting on the ground out there. And today, what is it right now? That's not right. It was way hot this morning. It says 63, but that can't be right. It's hot out there already.
It's 85 here already, and where I'm at.
No, it does say 68. It says 68 on my phone, but felt really hot already. So anyway, good morning, Joe. But anyway, okay, so there's that. What else was I was gonna say? Good. Happy Mother's Day coming up on Sunday. I am going to be having a show, so I shall say my Happy Mother's Day thing there. And how was your trip, dude? You went and you did your little speaking gig.
Yeah, I drove last Friday. Actually, right after the show last Friday, I hopped right in the car and drove down to Caney, Kansas, way in the southeast corner of Kansas. Hung out with our friends from What If Tomorrow Media. They have their own podcast and YouTube channel and such where they talk about a little bit of everything. They're also paranormal investigators for that area because there's so many crazy things going on down there that I didn't realize the scope of it until I got there, because I was not 5 minutes out of the truck pulling into the place. They're like, come on, we're going to show you around. And they're like, yeah, there's a lake monster that lives there. We had a Bigfoot sighting over there, and they said, as they're pointing out these things, I'm thinking like historically for a lot of areas, they're like she was like, yeah, we just had a Bigfoot sighting over here in this area of woods that we're driving past. And it's like, well, how long ago was that? I'm thinking, 1989 or something like that. She's like, oh, no, this was 2 weeks ago. I was like, what? and every turn we would make as we're driving around the little local area, there was another story. They've got everything going on in that general area.
Wow.
Bigfoot, Dogman, cryptids that aren't Bigfoot and Dogman, UFOs, they got alien sightings, they got ghosts, they got cattle mutilations, they got crop circles, time slip anomalies, which they were telling me a couple of stories of that. It just blew me away that they've got it all. And we had a little get together meeting thing at the Caney Library where we had about 25 or 30 people from the local area that showed up. We were specifically talking about UFOs along the 37th parallel because not 15 steps out the back door of the library where we're at, you were on the 37th parallel. So they certainly have a lot of wild stuff going on there. I had no idea that they'll get called, the little investigative team that they have, paranormal research team they have there. They'll get calls from like businesses and stuff like they're the Ghostbusters. Like, hey, I just hired a bunch of guys and they refuse to work in this old building that we're trying to refurb. Can you come in and like shake some like chicken bones or something?
Break out the sage.
Something, you know, and
let that place down.
And they admit, and they're very honest. They're like, yeah, there's a lot. Most of those are, you know, there's usually some kind of critters living in the attic or something like that for a lot of those. But they have had some very strange things that they can't quite explain, and it usually comes down to it's like. And they're trying to explain it to the people that asked them to come in. And it's like, this isn't something you can get rid of. You're going to have to deal with this.
Oh, gosh.
But it's very wild. And everybody that was there in attendance, great, wholesome, normal people. There was one person I think may have been a little eccentric. But everybody else were just regular, you know, salt of the earth type people that have experienced something weird. They just wanted answers, you know, much like all of us, really.
Yeah. I don't know. It sounds like you had a great time, and
I'm going back. I'm going back as often as I can, and whenever they invite me.
Did anybody ask you for your autograph?
No, none of that gang knew who I was, so that's just fine. But
that's kind of funny. So that's great. Good. Yeah, it's good to get involved in those type of things. I've been wanting to get involved in some stuff here in New Mexico for quite a while. It's just I just don't have. I keep putting more. Oh, I did it again. I keep I can't help it. I can't move with this camera because it's just so sensitive. There it goes. Boom.
Don't move. Don't move.
Don't move. I have to stay like right here. And I move all over the place. Can't help it. So what was I saying? Oh, in the New Mexico. I just have that time. Too many things. I think once my youngest graduates, then I can really just, do my thing. But
I know
now I have to be there for her.
I know, like for the little Wichita area I live in, it's like, I've looked around online, I've talked to a few people, and there's no like organized group or any kind of weirdness that really stands out. But now that I know that I've got this weird hot spot down in the southeast part of the state, I was telling them, it's like, call the History Channel. Tell them to move everybody out of that stupid Skinwalker Ranch that nothing happens at, and just come down here for a few weeks. They'll get more than a show.
I know. What season are they on? And they're still in the same
fourth.
The same thing.
Apparently, the answer is to launch rockets and stuff. They're big on launching rockets into the air for some reason. It's like, what is?
I stopped watching after I think half of the second season, and I'm like, oh God, okay.
But there are places like that, and Caney, where there is this weird stuff that happens. The paranormal potpourri, where you get a lot of different things all happening within that same area, but there is an ebb and flow to it. Like the folks down in Caney were, I asked them that very question: does it seem like there's times where it doesn't get as active or things like that? And it's like, yeah, whenever we get heavy rains and a lot of flooding, the activity goes through the roof. But if we're having like a really dry summer or something like that, we're just very little rainfall, which we've been going through here in Kansas for the last couple of years. Says the reports of stuff is just almost negligible to nothing. So,
interesting.
Yeah, they're keeping an eye on things down there. I'm glad for them. They're doing good work.
Yeah. Well, it is. I mean, whatever's happening, something's happening. I mean, I don't really investigate that stuff, but it is interesting. and I'm sure you got an earful from other people talking about everything. So,
Oh yeah. Well, we had, they had kind of a set thing that they would talk about, and then like any kind of get together like that where nobody really knows each other, kind of a thing in the
yeah,
audience and stuff like that. Once the show is like officially over, and you can just kind of like roam around the crowd and stuff like that, and people are
yeah,
just kind of milling around. That's when all the crazy questions come out. I love that part.
yeah.
We sat around for about an hour and a half afterwards. I answered a
Ooh.
lot of questions about satellites and astronomy type questions and things like that, about
Nice.
because people are seeing the most recent thing that what all of those people were there for were basically UFOs, just strange lights in the sky doing strange things, and
Yeah.
and like half the people there was like, I saw this, and they're holding their phones up, and it's just like dots moving around, and I actually went over that about how to try and film stuff, try and put something else in there for perspective. I know it's kind of dark and things like that. So we, just seeing a couple of light pixels on a black background isn't that helpful for investigative purposes, but
for sure.
try and capture something for sure.
Did you send them to Anthony? Say, you got to watch Anthony's channel. He'll explain a lot. He does.
Yeah. It was so much fun though. Just that personal one-on-one with a lot of people. It was great. I loved every second of it.
Wait, how come I'm not seeing Joe? Have you noticed that StreamYard is not showing all the comments?
You are not the first streamer this week I've heard that has complained about something wacky going on with the comment stream for StreamYard.
Yeah, it's weird, and it's not good because you could be missing, that one question or that whatever. I don't know. And then I tried putting the pop-out chat on top of this one. Like, didn't you say you did that too?
Yeah, that's how I do mine. Yeah.
But if I go to do anything, it hides the chat completely. It'll, go behind. It won't stay. So, I mean, I have it over here, but, I have to turn my head all the time. Anyway, it's just kind of weird. I don't know what's going on with that. So weird. Just one more thing. So today, look, we talked half an hour and you were worried.
I was never worried about us not having something to talk about.
I thought, yeah, we always will find something. But I found this video and it has 20 scariest things caught on live. Okay. And I was like, whoa, we have to talk about these things. So that's what we're gonna do. And I think it's big enough. It's big enough, yeah?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So here we go. Oh, let me look how that looks, by the way. Okay, yeah, that's how I want it to look. Here's the first one. And I'm going to just play it and then I'll stop it so we can talk about it. And it's no sound, okay? That was crazy, right? How close that was to her head.
Yeah, that's a little close. I'm sure she probably almost got blasted down after the film cut. So that's a Russian helicopter. I'm not sure where this is.
What's going on there, but it's so crazy how that one little leg or whatever is like really close to her head. I wonder if I can like stop it right at the point where
as her hair flips over top of her head.
Yes. I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably a couple feet there between whatever that auxiliary arm is.
I don't know. That too close for me. Now I'm all for I remember being a little girl and my dad used to take me to Sky Harbor Airport, and we just to go sit at the end of the fence to watch the big go over you.
They slide right over.
Yeah, I can remember doing that, and what it was such a simple concept. We're just watching the airplanes, but it was like such a adrenaline rush. The noise, sensory wise, the whoosh that when it goes over your head. So it is kind of
Because
crazy.
it's for most people that have never experienced that. You don't think about something that big as large, as a larger aircraft like that flying, because you're used to seeing like
Oh,
cars
right.
and trucks and buildings and things like that that are on the ground, and to have it like fly right over your head and how loud it is. You're seeing the rivets in the bottom of the aircraft as it goes over and stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
overwhelming for a lot of people.
It is. But I don't know if any of you guys experience that out there. I know a lot of people go to the Blue
Blue Angels
Angels, and they do quite spectacular stuff that you're like, whoa.
those guys are really, really good. I think they're still using the F-18s, and compared to because that's what the Navy uses. They have the Blue Angels demonstration team, and then the Air Force has the Thunderbirds, which are still using F-16s, which is okay, but F-16s are really fast, so there's a lot of F-18s can go a little slower, and there's like acrobatic kind of things they can do a little bit more in the crowd. So it ends up being, I think, a better show with them. But if you got that need for speed thing, I guess the Thunderbirds are the way to go. They always do that bit where they are going kind of slow. There's like 4 of them goes really slow in front of the crowd, and then the other one comes from like behind the crowd really fast and scares everybody. That gag.
That's cool. I think that's cool. Okay, I don't know, and I don't know what all these are. Okay, I saved it to watch. I only saw that very first one, and I stopped it. So we have to see what's.
Is there closed captioning on this?
This is the one. Wait a minute. I gotta go back. Shoot. You know what? I didn't pay attention to the numbers. I'm gonna have to write them down. Okay. So I know where I'm going back to. So there she is. And here it comes right here. I think they were talking about a doll in that other one. See how fast it goes? I can't.
Man, this is like.
I can't stop it.
Jeez.
Good enough. So I'm okay. I'm gonna stop it, and we're gonna go back again, and we'll do it again. So I think that one was a doll in the middle, and I think it moves on live TV. But I don't really see it, but that's what the whole gist of that one was, is something on that doll that they have. Let me see. It's so tiny. I can't. There, right there. See that doll in the middle?
It's all chained up.
It's all chained up for a reason, because it's supposedly a haunted doll. So I don't really see the movement, but I guess it moves because it goes too fast. So, and I know a lot of people who have haunted items.
I don't do the creepy dolls. I just throw them on a fire. No, I don't do the creepy dolls.
I went to, of course, many of you know, I went to the haunted museum, Zach Bagans Haunted Museum there in Las Vegas.
In Vegas?
Yeah. And we did that. My husband got me that VIP tour. So you get to go into his haunted doll room. If you don't have the VIP one, you just get to look in, but you don't get to step in. But because we had the package, we were able to walk all the way in. And it is the weirdest thing ever. These dolls he has that are supposedly haunted, they're dolls that he gets sent to him because people don't want them anymore. And some that he's acquired. And of course, he's had some really, scary ones that are in another part. It's the biggest, it's like a little mini mansion with all these tiny rooms and scary shit in all of them, very dark. It's very dark. The walls are black, so you're walking and it's very ominous, And that is one of the things I did, is walk into that scary doll room where all these dolls are looking at you, and you're like just waiting for one of them to turn their head or blink their eye or something, and it's very unnerving, yeah, to say the least, but it was a good time.
To answer a question in the chat, Cindy Finn is asking if anyone saw the creepy Grim Reaper thing at the coronation this past week. I did see that, and the explanation, the explanation for it is that because you're seeing like the procession come in, and there's like this open like archway to outside as the progression moves past that, and the camera just kind of sits there for a second. You see like this person with robes and stuff like that scuttle by the entrance there. And it does look pretty weird. What it is they had invited a lot of, religious groups and things like that, varied religious groups. And it's believed that was one of the druids that were there, because that's the kind of outfits they were wearing. These heavy robes and stuff like that with a big hood on it and things like that.
Wow. Ooh, I'll have to go check that out now. Did you see the death van? Yes, I did see the death van. Kevorkian's van. I was really shocked at how small it is. It's very small. It's not like a full-size van thing. It's smaller. And yeah, we were able to see it, and they actually had like ambulance stretcher thing. What do you call those?
A gurney?
Gurney, thank you. Inside, and a chair in there, kind of set up to how he would be in there with it. But yeah, they have it inside one of the rooms.
I guess I never really thought about that. I just assumed he would show up at somebody's house with like a couple of syringes. It's like, okay, here you go. I didn't realize he had his own little mobile death lab thing that he would roll up in.
Yeah, he sure did. And of course, on the walls is all the story and all the people, he assisted and stuff like that. The whole place was really creepy, but I'd do it again. I know my husband would never do it again, but I would take somebody over there and do it again, just because it was so creepy, and you get uneasy feelings if you feel things, like if you're empathic, you really get vibes out of some of those rooms for sure.
Wow, that's creepy.
Yeah, especially downstairs, because I was allowed to go down to his basement thing. That was really creepy down there. And also we saw the Divic box too. And
what is the Divic box? I'm not familiar with that.
It is a box that supposedly carries a demon inside, and it's a sealed box. And it's anybody who ends up having possession of the box usually has very bad luck, very bad things happen, and people are warned not to open these boxes up, because then that spirit, that entity or whatever's in there, can come out and
get out.
Yeah. So they have one of those there, and that was really creepy too. Creepy feeling there.
I have a video here of the Grim Reaper at the coronation, if you want to show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just send it to me.
Yeah, give me a second here. You want me to share it out, or just send you the video, or however you want to do
it? Just send it to, and I'll share it from here. Jen, when me and Jara go to swap meets, yard sales, we call everything Divot box.
There's put in the private chat the link to the independent news article that talks about it. And they've got a clip of it there at the very beginning of the article. 20 million people tuned in to watch the King's coronation on Saturday. Only a handful of eagle-eyed viewers spotted the mysterious cloaked figure with a scythe and walking through Westminster Abbey.
Okay. Where's the video? There's no video. Oh, there it is. Oh, this thing has a bunch of pop-ups, dude. Okay, let me put that up. And then... Okay, here we go. Oops. Dang it. Stop. Okay, now how do I go back? Oh, I see what's going to happen. Dang it. It's not easy to get this to work right. Okay, because I have to take this down. Here we go, peoples. And nothing happened. See, it's not me. I think something's happened to... It's not... Okay. One more time. Share. Okay, now...
Cameras to be.
Here we go. Now is it big?
Okay.
Okay.
Now you see the progression of folks in red there in the very middle, and walking through this archway that's there behind them. You're going to want to look behind them at the archway. Once they move past, you'll see someone quickly walk by.
Nope. That's hilarious.
That's what it was.
And people are getting all crazy about that. It doesn't even look... It's just a person walking by.
Yeah, it's like somebody went to Party City before the coronation and picked up their Grim Reaper. No, they had a lot of folks there, like I said before, of different religions. To included, there was some representatives there that were from the Druid faith, and they have a large staff that they carry, and they have these large cloaks, and you can tell the way that the person runs by. It's like, oh, I need to be over there, but they told me not to walk.
Yeah, exactly what I was going to say.
Kind of scurry by there real quick. They know they're not supposed to be right there, but it's only right there.
Goodness.
No one will see.
That's funny. I think that's hilarious. Yeah. Okay. I thought it was gonna be like some floaty image go by or something like that.
No,
not a person.
This is the Party City pop up at Halloween store type.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. That's great. Now I gotta go find the other thing again. Wherever it is. Hello. Nope, that ain't it. There it is. Oh, that's the other one. The one we decided not to do.
Oh.
Right. What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. Oh my God. This is ridiculous. It's not listed right. There it is. Okay.
So
here we go. So here we go again. See, all that was on the first one. So watch carefully because we're going to go again. This one is where it's the government and the lizard people, and they think they see this guy's face transform and everything, like from Lizard Man, right? That's what that one was. It's quite famous. They show those lizard guys in Congress and everything.
I've always thought that specific one that you just showed. I kind of wonder if that person didn't have like a shaved head and a dark beard, so it looks like, and the beard blends in with the dark background so that it looks like he's only got like this half a face.
Yeah. Oh no, it happens very fast, but okay, we're gonna run through some of these. Whoa. Yeah, that was really, really fast. Oh, that one is kind of freaky. Did you see the lady?
She vanished.
Yeah. Here we go again. 2. That's 3. These are each 1 second long, dude. Can't stop it. Okay, it's coming. 6. Right there. That dude just disappeared.
Oh yeah, the old.
I remember him. What was his
yeah,
name?
That was the Max Headroom thing.
Max Headroom.
What that was is it was a local television station. Basically, had gotten taken over by this other signal that had this guy with like the Max Headroom mask on, and he's ranting all this crazy weird stuff. This right here.
Yeah.
And was on there for like several minutes, and then the signal cuts out and it goes back to regular programming. And to this day, no one knows who that was, how they like hacked in and like put the signal out through this TV station. It's one of those mystery things that nobody exactly knows how or who did it or why.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I didn't know that they didn't catch him.
Yeah. It's I don't even remember what it was he was ranting about. He was just saying crazy stuff, and he had the piece of corrugated metal on a spinny thing behind him, so it kind of looked like the old Max Headroom thing.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Kind of scary. That's a scary one. Scary thing. Okay. Attacked by the pelican.
I don't know if that's the scariest thing caught on live TV.
Yeah.
Actually, I did see.
I hear though getting bit by a goose is awful. I hear it hurts. Joe, I think Joe in the chat, he got attacked by a goose one time. Okay. Oh, that was crazy. That
it's cup sliding around.
Cup just went off on its own.
Let that play out, because I'm wondering if it's associated with those people right there getting startled, where I think that's like an earthquake. Oh, that's the cat.
That was an earthquake. Oh, that's a bad cat attack. No, those two news anchors, it was an earthquake. It was an earthquake, and she was freaked out and just wanted to duck for cover, and he stayed up there talking while everything's shaking and everything. So but they put it next to the glass moving, which I don't know if that is together.
I was wondering if they were associated, because you can see the person behind them kind of moving around like this at the same time that the.
Well, it's a different person because he's got a
different person
jacket.
With a jacket on.
Yeah. Ooh, what was that?
Those were birds.
Did you see that?
I remember that video.
They were birds?
Yeah. It's
going all different directions like that.
Yep.
Hold on.
If you can try and pause it right on that one when it shows up, I'll talk about it.
You can't get it.
This video stinks.
Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, there's the attack of the crazy cat. There.
Yeah, right there. This is I forget what city this is, but it's just one of those generic city cam things like they have on like your local TV channel kind of a thing, where it's just pointed out of the city, and then the weatherman will come out and do his green screen thing. And this was a flock of birds, which, contrary to popular belief, birds do fly around at night. Some of them specifically fly at night. Like I don't recall what this was exactly, if this was gulls or nighthawks or something like that. But like nighthawks, they kind of move around a little bit like a nighthawk. They eat bugs on the fly at night, and they do all this weird circling craziness as they're zipping around. But plus, this particular camera was kind of low res, low refresh rate kind of thing. So as anything is moving on it, on that black background, it makes it look like it's got a big long tail behind it, big streaky tail.
It does.
Yeah, those were birds that were lit by the city underneath, that were just flying around on that black background, so that it looks like some wacky meteor shower alien invasion thing. But no, sorry, it was just birds.
But it shouldn't look like that. I just can't see it be birds. It's just
it's
I
the same thing
guess.
with people using their phones trying to capture that UFO at night when it's just a pinpoint of light on a black background. These things aren't really designed for that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I guess so. If I had more to see, I'm sure I could see the wings flapping, type of thing. So, okay, and this is Attack of the Turkey.
Turkey.
And there are towns that are always attacked by turkeys. There's some town that has a flock in their town, and people have to go out and run to their cars and get in, and because they've just taken over.
There was a story I just saw like yesterday or the day before, I thought. About that very thing.
Give me one moment.
Yeah, turkeys get pretty wild, especially spring, this time of year when they're in the mating season. I used to get called over to the other side of the base all the time to deal with this one turkey that would like flutter over the fence. And we had one building that had these big, like double glass doors, kind of grand entrance kind of area to this one civilian personnel building.
Yeah.
And the turkey would see, the tom would see its own reflection in the glass in the early morning and think it's another turkey and start attacking it. So that,
oh my God.
So this turkey is attacking our building. Please come help us, kind of thing.
Oh my goodness. That guy's just weird looking.
Okay, now we're going to get into the 20 scariest things, which is apparently an animated banana. What?
Oh, there's that guy again.
Oh, there's that
one
dude.
Of those alien. Yeah. It won't pause when I want it to pause. It's so horrible. Okay. Gotta watch this banana again.
Why?
Okay. So the alien and the president. I think it's just artifacts. It's just the way the camera.
It's just a guy with a shaved head.
Yeah. What is this?
Oh, she's
a lady
waltzed on into that restricted area, whatever. I'm just going in.
I'm just gonna go over here and
that doesn't apply to me. I'll just keep walking in. No, that's just
the whole. You can see how the whole video is all shaky. So
it's out of focus, way in the back. It's just a.
Oh, I mean, God.
To be fair, because he's got those pronounced cheekbones,
yeah,
which gives him a very angular look on his face, which contrasts like the curve of the head and all that stuff. So it's
oh God, oh my goodness, do you see that? He does look like Nosferatu, though.
Yeah, he's like.
He does look very
that creepy preacher from how was that, the second Poltergeist movie?
Yeah, he's Dobby. He's got a little bit of a Dobby in him. But
yeah,
wow, this one keeps going on. So
well, and that's the one because it's blurry, it's out of focus, it's high contrast.
Yeah.
It's every one of these where it's like, oh, you see, it's all obviously you can see that it's like that particular thing. It's so zoomed in. You're talking about only so many pixels on kind of an older camera. That's not high res. It's not a high definition one. It's the same thing with it's the exact same thing with people that say, oh, did you see that reporter's eyes? They went to like the slotted, lizard eyes. It's the same thing. Where it's always the 4x3 low resolution type camera and
Yeah.
with a poor frame rate. Yeah, she's gonna get smashed here in a second.
There's a bunch of them. I didn't see. This was more of the footage. So that actually, well, can you tell where that's at?
No.
Huh.
Yeah, that could be anywhere. It's got a mix of American and Russian helicopters in there, though, so it's hard to say where this is.
Oh my God. Holy crap. She's so lucky she didn't look back. They probably told her, whatever you do, don't look, because
it's just gonna casually go by and fly over you. Don't worry about it.
Right.
You'll notice the cameraman moved out of the way, though. For that
he didn't want to get really splattered reporter all over him. Yeah, that's a little too close. Thank you very much. Okay, let's move on. Why is it not showing me? Okay, this was Attack of the Lion.
Oh, no. It's just a big kitty. I love kitties.
When I went to see the tigers at Tiger Temple in Thailand, there's actually warnings, that you're going to be with animals that are just on a chain, and there's a lot of rules. You had to do a lot of rules, but this was something that they said could happen. They could grab you and lock onto you, and you have to sign a waiver before going into the grotto where all these tigers are, pretty much saying that you're not going to hold them liable if they eat you. And so that's kind of crazy.
Where was that
at? Tiger Temple there in Thailand.
Thailand. Okay.
Yeah, in Thailand.
There's a famous video that went around a couple years ago of, I want to say it was Jamaica, somewhere in the Caribbean, where they had kind of a little zoo kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And they had this tiger in this, the little opening was a little smaller than like the fencing we see there in the front of this. But this guy was messing with this lion on the inside of this thing. He was like poking his fingers in there, yelling at it and throwing stuff. And this tiger is like, this lion just had enough and jumped up and grabbed him by the finger. And he's like pulling out his finger, and you see him pull out, and it basically pulled the meat off of his finger like a glove. So he just had like a bone, and you saw this huge long piece of tendon stretch out as it ripped off the flesh from his finger. It's like, you were messing with it. What did you think was going to happen, dummy?
Okay, let me see here. So I'm going to quickly go here. Clickety click, 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 click. So here's a few photos. And yes, I had a hat hair, okay? I was wearing, it's very humid in Thailand, very hot and humid, and I had a hat on, but you're not allowed to wear hats in the grotto, so I had to leave it back where you keep all your gear, and so that's what that looks like. Apparently, they play with hats, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they like to jump up on your head if you're wearing a hat. So this is actually the particular picture where I was grabbed and taken out of the way because that tiger behind me wanted to eat my rump roast.
Yep, he's giving you the eye back there.
Yeah. I didn't know what was going on, but they did. When you do this thing, you actually have 3 handlers. You have a security person, you have one person who's leading you around, and then you have a third who takes either your camera or your video camera You get to choose whether you want photos or video, and only one though, one or the other, and they do all the pictures for you. Okay. And they just snap random photos of you doing that. So you get
It's a great picture.
You get to play with
That's
the
like
kitties. And
a
yes, they
catcher's
all
mitt.
are sleepy. They're all sleepy on purpose because that's the only time outsiders are allowed to be with the tigers is after their playtime, because we wouldn't be able to handle them when they're
You
a
would be the
lot
playtime.
awake.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's very specific times that you're with them. That's amazing feeling the breathing underneath you. It's just amazing.
Do they purr like other
Yeah.
like household cats do? Do they really?
And they
Man, that's
sure
gotta
do.
sound like
Yeah.
a V8 rolling.
Yeah, it's like it's like a big old thing. But that was an amazing trip there.
Wow, that's pretty
Very,
cool.
very hot, but we did all the things. I went to all the temples, and it's so affordable once you're there that we were able to hire a company. I was able to hire a car and tour guide through this one company because it's so cheap there.
Right.
So for like $50 a day, I had a private driver and a tour guide, and we ended up doing that. And we didn't even discover that till we got there. So it was
pretty cool.
Pretty cool. That's me on a longboat on the River Kwai. We were going super fast at one point, and I thought I was going to die. Several times I thought I was going to die. The elephant, I also... What?
I like the little Superman spit curl there in the front. It's very
cool. Yeah. I told you it's very hot and humid there. It was horrible, actually, but that was the work of my hat, pretty much. There's another one, but where is it? We gotta go to albums. Here we go. And then 2 fat girls on an elephant. It was hilarious and frightening at the same time because there's one thin rope holding us up on that thing. If you notice, one little rope.
Yeah, that's not a big
every
rope.
Time he went up and down in this jungle that they took us in, I thought I was going to die. I did. I thought I was going to fall right off that.
Yeah, that is not an OSHA-approved riding device.
No, it was not. And this is actually also the River Kwai down there. And there's a drop-off maybe 5 feet behind that elephant. And I thought, we are going to take a swim also in the River Kwai. And this is when I also had elephant spit sprayed on me for the first time. It's not just water that comes out of that. Okay. When you see them doing the fancy spurtsing, it's gross. It's slimy. You're slimed is what happens.
Cleaning out the sinus cavities, and it's fun. Yeah. No.
A little prego monkey. And I can't find the photo, but there's actually a photo saying do not feed the monkeys, and I was feeding the monkeys.
There's always one.
I know, me. It was me. And so every tiger has an owner. So they each have a monk, each tiger.
Wow. Was this like part of the whole tour thing package that you got where you could go walking around?
Yeah, for this, because when we got there, I told the lady, okay, I want to do this, this, and this. And then my best friend said, I want to do this, this, and this. So she organized the whole thing. Oh, okay, we're going to go to Tiger Temple, and then we're going to go eat out in the jungle, and then we're going to see the monkeys, and then we're going to see the elephants, because she wanted to do the elephant thing really bad, and I wanted to do the tiger thing really bad. So we compromised and decided to do those two things. And she was frightened of the tigers and I was frightened of the elephants. It was the weirdest thing. I'm like, when is this going to be over? I want to get off this thing. And she was loving every minute of it.
I like the sense of scale here you get with just even that part where you've got your hand on the back end there.
Yeah,
is well above your hip. That's very
yeah, well, I am very short, so you have to take that. But see, everybody, I fit right in because I was as tall as everybody else over there.
See that, and that's the thing is, it doesn't look like you're short. So this is a much smaller.
Because everybody is. That was our guide back there. I can't remember her name now, but in the blue shirt. That's just a little baby, and that is the famous reclining Buddha. Right there. See the toes sticking out there? The toes even have dermal ridges, believe it or not.
Yes.
So anyway, that's just a quickie view.
That's fun.
That trip.
That was a good time. How long ago was that?
2012. 2012. We were living in South Korea, so it was much cheaper for us to go to Thailand, me and my friend from South Korea. It was our little getaway because, the guys had just come back from summer camp. Well, their training camp. And so we left them with the kids and we decided to take a week-long quickie. Well, 5 days quickie down to Thailand.
So it's been 12, 13 years. If you were to go back, do you think that same tiger and the same elephant would remember you?
Unfortunately, Tiger Temple has been shut down. They don't do that anymore, from what I hear.
Forever? What?
Yeah, forever.
No way.
It's a Buddhist temple setting, and those were their animals. They're kind of like a tiger. What do you call it? Preserve or
right?
Where they save tigers
and rescue kind of place.
Rescue thing, yeah. And to support the whole place, they would do the touring through the grotto, what they call the grotto, which is a big, kind of looks like a big hole in the ground that you have to go down where all the tigers were at.
You're not really selling it very well.
Yeah. It was a long time ago, and I don't remember the verbiage anymore of how to. But it's not, as far as I know, it's not opened anymore. Maybe it was just during the pandemic, everything got shut down. But my understanding is it's not open anymore.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
But yes, it was. It was quite amazing. Amazing. We are at our time, so
we're over our time.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't even look at the last any questions. Where does time go exactly? It is gone. I don't think you're a short sister. I know. I'm one of the tallest gals in my family. But you will see come July when I go hang out with all these guys in Washington and pictures are going to get taken. I'm going to take a little stool so I can stand up on it so nobody can see how short I am. Because I know Brent's over 6 foot and Grasshopper, you're probably over 6 foot. And Leon, all you guys are tall. Tall. Too tall. No.
Tromping through the woods with those painters stilt things.
It's gonna be fun. But anyway, what you got coming up? You gonna be on anything?
Nope. Not heard too much. Couple of weeks I'll be taking another road trip, which I will be unavailable that weekend to be here, but that's still a few weeks away. So
right,
the cross country thing.
Ugh. Just fly,
I
dude.
like that part. Oh,
I know. I'm all about flying now. No more driving.
I have considered
Where's my
making
water?
stops. How I always imagined it, like if I had like my adventure van, which just had like a bed in the back kind of thing where I could just pull off anywhere and take a nap, is going to something like Contact in the Deserts. That's what I'm going to in a couple of weeks. But whatever I pass that looks interesting along the road, it's like, oh, I'm going to stop there on the way back. And then the trip back, stop. Like I know I'll be passing like Meteor Crater in Arizona there. That looks pretty interesting. I'd like to check that out. But
the big hole.
We'll see how it goes.
We used to take field trips to the Meteor Crater in elementary school. So I've seen that a couple times.
Nice.
Couple times.
Big hole.
Yeah, just a big hole. You'll see. Look at it on the map. Just a big hole. Did I see that it was Cindy Finn's birthday? Is Cindy here? Is Cindy here? Is she still here? Are you listening? Anyway, happy birthday. There you go, Cindy. Happy birthday.
Good old Sasquatch.
Yep. I love him. Love him to death. Oh, hey, I was gonna share. Where did I do with it now? I started a new wood burning.
Oh.
And with my oh shoot. I got all crazy again. Did it work? Anyway, let's see if this will clear it up. Whoa. So this is the new one I just started.
Wow.
With my new wood, my new burner, and it's so much better.
Ah.
It's so much better. I'm going to be able to make some really good stuff. Of course, I just started this one yesterday, so it's going to take me a little while, but next one's,
how much time have you already gotten into that? Just a little bit.
A couple of hours.
Wow, that's amazing.
Just a couple of hours. I'm still working on the hands, and stuff, but it's kind of slow going because this wood is not forgiving. If I burn a hole, I burned a hole. I have to try to incorporate it, into the picture if I make a hole. So you have to be kind of light-handed and get darker. It's not good to get dark right away. You have to kind of work your way into it. But
that's amazing.
So that's my new project. And then the next ones are going to be a bunch of small stuff that are going to be way more affordable. That one's probably going to go for about $75. And I'm going to make a bunch of $15 and $20 ones that are a little more affordable for folks. They are going to be smaller. Okay. Just be prepared. You're not going to get anything like that. But smaller stuff that people can get, and some other stuff I'm working on. But hey guys,
that's very cool.
Hit that like, subscribe, share, hit it. I figured out how to do transparencies, so I'll be working more stuff on that too. I'm learning. I'm getting there. You guys, once again, thank you for being here. Where'd you go? Not yet.
Sorry.
Too soon. Please hit that like, folks. And don't forget to share my shows. Don't forget about tonight, movie night.
Ooh,
Ivan
yes.
Marks.
The movie?
Ivan Marks, The Legend of Bigfoot tonight. So It should be fun and hilarious. 7 p.m. Mountain Time. You guys be there, be square, but don't forget, I'm going to be there. So you got to be there with your popcorn and your drinks. Love you guys. Thanks, Enzo, for being here. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.